have Brendan Havenar-Daughton.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Brendan. I work for the county. I serve as the energy manager for public works. And so I work on things like solar and battery storage, electric vehicle charging. And so I'm really privileged here to be able to speak in support of Shawn. 4.5 years ago, I moved to Richmond from my native Oakland with my wife and 2 young kids. We were lucky enough to buy our first house, and we absolutely love it here, and we love our diverse community. After I moved to Richmond, I looked for opportunities to engage in civic affairs, and civic service has always been a really important part of my life, both professional and personal. And so within the first year, I had an opportunity to serve with Marion on the Parks and Rec Commission. And then when my kids started elementary school, I threw my hat in and served. Of course, nobody wanted to be the president of the PTA, so I raised my hand. And most recently, I was elected as chair of the WCC USD Citizen Bond Oversight Committee, where I served with the distinguished Don Gosney. But I'm not running for anything, so I tell you all this because I want you to get a sense of who I am and what I care about. 2 years after I moved to Richmond, I ran into Shawn on the street, quite literally. Raise your hand if you also ran into Shawn. So I was walking with a neighbor. I was on the downhill. Shawn was huffing and puffing up the El Sobrante Hills. Now, he was in good shape, so yeah, it was a steep hill. And he ran over to us and he said, of course, hey, I'm running for mayor. And you know, at first I was really intrigued. And then after about 15 minutes, I not only was I sold, but I was very inspired. And it happened to be at a time when I was right between jobs, and so I said, what can I do? I want to help out with this campaign. And that's when I met Shawn. I feel like I've known him for quite a while now. Shawn's vision for Richmond was different when I heard him on the street talk to me. And I think, you know, Shawn's approach to civic affairs is different. We've heard it from some of the speakers already. It's so different that his critics often claim that it's unrealistic or even impossible to achieve what he's promising. But Shawn's approach is simple. Lost my place. Listen to diverse perspectives, understand people's underlying needs and interests, and forge a path forward that delivers the most value for our community. Shawn's approach is collaborative, not divisive. It's human. It puts people first. Shawn has the skills and experience to bridge political gaps, turning tough conversations into productive dialogue. Shawn's leadership is actually, I believe, an antidote to partisan politics. And while Richmond may not be as divided as our country is, we sure could benefit from increased collaboration at City Hall. So thank you all for joining me in supporting Mr. Shawn Dunning for City Council.